People think वो आज नहीं पिएंगे पानी तो कुछ नहीं होगा. You have to drink water.
We have a program called EPLIMO, Epigenetic Lifestyle Modification. Your DNA carries all the information. Common people should understand.
Yes.
These kind of things. That is where the lack of awareness has
And
created
it's
all the
all in
problems.
small things. You have to sleep well. You have to drink water. People think वो आज नहीं पिएंगे पानी तो कुछ नहीं होगा. It's okay. We today late night, 2-3 days later, it's
Yeah.
fine.
When
not-
you were talking about this, you were talking about the supplements,
Yes.
and we have some concrete evidence. In India now we have started in the UAE also. We have a program called EPLIMO, Epigenetic Lifestyle Modification.
What's that?
Yeah, this is based on your DNA. We make you
Okay.
go through a genomic analysis or genomic testing. It's just with your 2 ml of
But
your saliva.
Are these things actually logical?
Yeah. I can show you the
Really?
reports. Yeah, because see, your DNA carries all the information. It carries information about the kind of diseases.
How
for
accurate
which
is it?
they're talking about around 96-97% accuracy. Because the more reports you are actually studying, you can see more and more accuracy.
Because to be honest, all these kind of tests, I don't believe into it, to be honest.
Yeah,
Because these are not true.
I understand, but at the same time, you need to really go through it, because people like you have to really understand, go through it, go through that process and understand what difference it makes. I'll just give you an example. When it comes to fitness, when it comes to exercise, we're seeing some people collapsing on the gym floor. They are in their 40s, celebrities, they have all the money, they have the right kind of nutrition. Even after that, why it's happening? It has been a question mark. Any which way, they may be doing as wrong training or whatever. But genetically, there is a condition called QT. QT is a kind of a cardio factor. You can
Okay.
actually find it out from a genetic test. So people who are having prolonged QT, okay, it's in the graph, you can see it, not in the ECG. You can see that the people who are having prolonged QT, they have chances of getting cardiac arrest.
But how do they develop it?
It's a genetic condition. It has been
condition.
carried on.
I mean, but not everybody everybody will have it.
No, not everybody will have it, but genetic condition. But if you know about it, at least you would be able to give that advice to that person that, hey, look at that, this kind of a risk is there. So we should be very careful in those, putting you into those kind of HAIT mode. One. Two, in our EPLIMO genetic, the test, it's not a test, it's a program. It starts with a test, and we have a metabolic assessment, and then we do using machine learning, we correlate this
Is that
data.
BMI kind of a thing?
No. This is about 70 curated questions, which is
Okay.
prepared by the doctors, which
Okay.
to understand your basic health condition, present health condition. And we use artificial intelligence and machine learning to come out with a highly personalized lifestyle modification program for you. This is what we do. Now, we have done close to about 7,000 plus people have gone through this process. We took a sample, just a study, with about 100 samples from one particular state in India. Okay, and we found that around 83% of them have a higher risk for type 2 diabetes. That's not a surprise, because genetically, if you look at it, majority of the people have got higher risk for type 2 diabetes. The interesting observation is, out of these 83% people who are having a higher risk for type 2 diabetes, almost 87 or 90% of them have a low concentration of magnesium.
Really?
Genetically. So that means even a normal supply of magnesium is not enough for them. There is some level of resistance.
How many people are interested in getting to know about this and coming to you and getting to know about their bodies,
Because people don't know that this kind of information is available. So it's a new thing. Human Genome Project itself came only after 2003. But right now, when people like you go deeper into the subject, you would be able to help a lot of people.
Because it's really interesting.
Yeah, help a lot of people in really personalizing their fitness program, personalizing their nutrition plan. Broccoli, which is considered to be a healthy vegetable, you can see that genetically, when you derive that, you can see cruciferous vegetables can actually harm some people.
Yeah, it actually dries you up. It's to dry the water in the body.
So so these are some of the factors you can know in advance, and that can help you to create a proper personalized protocol for people. So I think what is right now happening in the world is technology, usage of technology, to support experts like you to improve the health and well-being of this humanity.
Yeah, it's actually, it can be a very good collaboration
Yeah.
because to enhance
Yeah.
this thing, because I think this is something which has to be known, And if you have something like that, it's a
Yeah,
wonderful
yeah,
idea.
yeah.
I mean, you can have in-depth knowledge about it. Just
Absolutely.
imagine about your body.
Because we test about 250 health conditions, out of which about 90 are disease risk, but even to the extent there are certain genes. I'll just give you one more example. There are few genes which are responsible for fat metabolism. Now, there are people who have got those genes impaired or rather mutated,
Okay.
genetically, and this information get expressed. That is what, even whatever, see, the genes which are responsible for your eyesight, which are there inside the retina, the cells inside the retina. So those genes expressed, when the genes are expressed, that function is happening. Now you are seeing, because the gene is expressed.
Right.
The same way, there are genes which are mutated or genes which are responsible for certain diseases. When they are expressed, that's the time you get diseases. Now, interesting thing is that, you may have a higher risk for heart disease. When I did my Eplimo program, I found that I have a very high risk for heart disease.
Okay.
Now, the question is that what is the use of knowing about that? See, that is called epigenetic controls. There are some parameters by which you can actually make that gene not to express.
Okay.
How? Is three things: physioepigenetics, psychoepigenetics, and nutriepigenetics. That means using fitness, training, the right kind of exercise. Nutriepigenetics, the right kind of food, the right kind of supplements, when it is being put in. Psychoepigenetics, maybe through meditation, the right kind of mindset and all those kinds of things. So this is where coaches come into play. Whether it's a fitness coach or the wellness coach or the nutrition coach, they can actually read this out and they can actually really customize. For me, I could find that I have high risk for heart disease. The same report, it is written that I have a higher risk for high levels of homocysteine.
Okay.
Now the question is that, when I have a high risk for heart disease, what I should be checking is my homocysteine level.
Okay.
So when I check about the homocysteine level, whenever it is actually touching the higher level, because every 3 or 4 months I go and do a blood routine and I can do a homocysteine check, I have to keep it below around 12. That's my the advice which I have got. So if people who have got a higher risk for high levels of homocysteine, we have seen genetically they have a low absorption of either vitamin B or B12, B9 or B6. In my case, it is B9.
No, so tell me something. If once you have done the tests, okay, you've got the reports. So does the report, first of all, it's a lot of information for a normal person.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who doesn't know all
You need a
these-
coach.
So yes, because a lot of people cannot read these reports.
No.
That's one. So do you also, the report, does it only say that, okay, fine, this is the analysis, this is what you have, or does it also tell you how much or what number you should be at? Does
Yes.
this also say that?
It gives a recommendation. That's what I said. In my case, through correlation, the report, the report finds that, okay, you have a higher risk for heart disease. What is the reason? You have a higher risk for higher levels of homocysteine. What's the reason? You have a low concentration of vitamin B9. So, what is a hack I can do?
Yes, yeah.
So how can I hack this? I check my homocysteine level once in 3 or 4 months and make sure that it's not really going up. So if it is actually going up, then I go for vitamin B9, that is the folic acid. I go for a 2 weeks folic acid supplementation, and then I go and test and I can see that this is under control. As long as I can keep my homocysteine under control, I can prevent this heart disease. This is the biohack.
But sir, if you're saying this biohacking is so useful, then why do people need doctors?
Yeah, actually, it's a good question. But at the same time, there are many factors, not just
people
genetic
can
factors.
just control
No,
themselves
Shikha,
on
it's
their
not
own.
just genetic factors which is creating diseases. Genetic is only one factor. You
So you're saying this analysis is just for the genetic stuff,
Yeah, this is primarily the genetic predispositions only you can
which
find
people
out.
don't normally get it checked.
Normally, you cannot get it. Otherwise, you'll have to do a DNA test. Then only you can understand it. Now, diseases can be because of various reasons. Genetic means it has been passed on from your generations. There could be certain mutations which has happened after your birth also,
Yeah.
which
Yeah.
will not come in this kind of reports. It's a genetic factor which comes in. So I think diseases happen because of various reasons, but majority of the the lifestyle diseases, if you look at it, you can actually trace it back to some of the genetic factors. One. Two, we have seen in fitness, even you can actually advise what kind of exercise modality would be the right protocol for that person. The genes which we are testing close to about 25 genes which are 100 genes which are responsible for sports.
More sports.
Sports.
Oh, sports. Okay.
So you would be able to figure out what kind of a sports activity would be ideal for a person.
Is it?
Seriously, what's going to happen in the future? Already in China, it has started happening. School children are going for the genetic test to identify what kind of a sport is the ideal thing for them.
Wow.
Yeah, this is going to be the next
But
big
how
thing.
successful is it in Dubai?
It just started. We just launched, and we can actually work together on this. And once you understand the real depth of it, yeah,
So then people can actually biohack, as you call it, their own health
yeah,
and
yeah.
their own fitness, and then they can take the measures accordingly.
Absolutely. But you need a coach.
Yeah.
With the support of a coach.
Yeah.
Because there need to be hand holding, okay? Because you got the recommendation, you got the absolute, I generally call it as an operating manual for the rest of your life. But you need somebody like a nutritionist who can understand this to help, a fitness trainer who can understand this and help.
But the normal person, for example, who's not into fitness or
Mm-hmm.
who's not into who doesn't have any medical background, he will not be able to understand that report, that analysis.
Absolutely,
at
you
all?
can understand. You can understand
that
because
user-friendly?
the recommendation is very user friendly. We have an app. In the app, it's all given what kind of food you can eat and all those stuff. But at the same time, it's always good that if you get a support from a coach.
And if these people who are getting this test done, they want to come back to you for any questions, is it doable?
That's where we have our own lifestyle coaches.
Okay.
Certified lifestyle coaches. So they are always in touch with them. Yeah.
Oh, so they're open for questions because
Yeah,
people might have
absolutely.
Once they spend money, they have
Yeah,
a
and
tendency
we
to-
are creating a community, and that community also is called Superhuman community.
Oh,
by the
okay.
way. So in the community, there'll be peer-to-peer interactions. There'll be discussions. It goes like that.
So do you do these conferences that you're talking about? Is it based on this?
No, the
What
conference
product do
or
we
the
talk
convention, you are talking about the Rise Up convention, right?
yes.
The Rise Up convention is basically a peak performance convention. Some of the biohacking techniques are being applied. Nothing to do with genetics and all, but at the same time, more to do with what kind
But
of
this
things what you
product
do.
is not discussed in there.
No, not much. We generally talk about some general aspects, but at the same time, it's more to do with how you can hack your own body and mind using your own body, your own biology, your own psychology, your own mindset, your own brain. How to optimize your own brain so that you can bring out the best in you.
But tell me something. How many people, general people I'm talking about, okay, we being into fitness industry, we can understand this, how the importance of this. How much general public would be interested into this, or would be interested in knowing about all of this? Because this,
I think.
and why should they be?
That's a very good question. I think anyone who is interested in improving their health, not just health, anyone who is interested in improving their life, I generally call it as people who are interested in creating the best version of themselves.
But don't you think it should be accessible to people who are not thinking on these grounds of having wanting to have a good lifestyle or
Yeah.
improved lifestyle?
Yeah.
Because they don't know about it.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it should be some way, in a simpler way, to be accessible to those people also, so that at least they're aware. So how?
That's where social media is being used, in a way we can reach out and we can communicate to these people. And I think what, when we talk about a program like Rise Up, what I do, I always see people, if you ask me who should be attending this program,
Yeah.
I would rather say anyone who is not contented with his life or her life, someone who thinks that I have everything, I'm done, I'm game. So if you're not that kind of a person, this is a kind of a program for you, because at this point of time, the world is moving at that kind of pace. If you wanted to really succeed in your life, you need to really gain pace and you need to perform at peak levels in all areas of your life. Otherwise, you're out. So if you really want to be a winner, you really want to achieve something big in your life, you need to perform at peak levels. And for which Rise Up gives those kind of thoughts, techniques, and some kind of processes which you can apply in your life. And then which can inspire even a person to get on with a coach like Shikha and then move on. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's the
but
way it
this DNA thing is really interesting. But again, I'm more interested in knowing the ways you are putting in action for people to know about it, because this is
Yeah.
something which everybody wouldn't be interested if you say so.
The moment they understand that what the value is of this kind of a program, they are interested. Because anyone at this point of time, especially people who are actually, I would rather say, ambitious, people who really wanted to do something great in their life, they for them, the most important thing right now, as you rightly said, is health. They want to live long and healthy, because people are living longer any which way, because medical science is supporting people to live longer. Earlier,
But they can always go to the cosmetic surgeons and get things done. That's also
that's only cosmetic,
Yeah,
peripheral.
but
That's peripheral.
that
Shikha,
people have this accessibility of cosmetic surgeries and surgeons to get things done, then why would they want this information?
yeah, one is that there is no real correlation between a cosmetic and a kind of genetics, because just like a person who is in this world of fitness, a person like you, for you this is an information. That means for the common people, imagine they are not even aware that they
Yeah.
can actually get their entire DNA data in their hand, and based on that they can actually create an operating manual and live the rest of the life. So it's a matter of time when people are going to come to know about it, because it's a new science, and it's being said that the entire medical science will orient towards the genomic.
But how, since it's not this report and this analysis, of course it takes a lot of efforts for your team to prepare it.
That's true.
And definitely that's the reason it can not cost like really cheap. But how you think it can be accessible or it can be known to people who are not able to spend that much of money? How are you going to help that
It's-
part of society?
This is technology. As more and more people become users, the cost will come down. This is any technology based products or any technology enabled product, that's a good thing.
But this is something which I mean, even if the users increase, still it's going to take the same amount of time for the team to prepare it.
No, actually, if you look at it, when you go to a genetic lab, you can see that in one shot, suppose you are processing 96 samples. Suppose I'm just giving an example. So in the beginning, when the awareness is low, you may be getting samples, and then we may be waiting for that 96 batches to complete. But when the more and more people started coming into this, the processing time will also it will be quick. So overall, entire process will cut down, and maybe with the same kind of manpower, you can service more people. Most of the things are technology oriented, artificial intelligence.
Again, AI will be used.
AI. So
Yeah.
AI, we have already started using AI. So the advantage is that whether it is 100 or 1,000 or 10,000, those costs will remain the same. So the overall cost also can come down. So that is the future. But the main thing is that people who are actually the real influencers in the field of fitness, wellness, people like you become aware about it, and that's the time it starts getting spreading in the world. That's what we are looking at.
Interesting. So you think it's going to be really efficient for people?
Yes. Yes, absolutely, absolutely. See, the moment another thing is, when you talk about biohacking, I always see that you were talking about confidence. When you started going to the gym, you started getting that confidence. See, the moment somebody knows that these are the kind of diseases which can happen to me, and this is the way I can control them or manage them or maybe prevent them.
But again, if everybody knows how to biohack their body, why would they need physical trainers?
No, you need coach. Physical trainers are required mainly because the report cannot give them a clear cut fitness modality, for them. But you understand the report, or they also know that, they may be in the recommendation it is written that HIIT is not recommended. Now, what is recommended? What is good for you? That a fitness trainer would be able to advise. Okay, as HIIT is not recommended, let's go in this process. So that's where it's a collaborative effort is required from all the minds.
Even today, I mean, I have calls with a lot of people every day. I talk to a lot of people. Even till today, I mean, no matter how educated they are, they are still not ready to take that first step. So getting to know or wanting to know something like this.
We have to inspire people to be fit and healthy. That's what we do in our Limoverse ecosystem. This Limoverse, we have this the health and wellness ecosystem which we are building on blockchain, and in which we have a very powerful incentive program for people to stay healthy. Yeah, we have the people can download the app free of cost, and then there is a program called Health
So that's your own app?
Yeah. Limoverse is a Web3 program, so it's a community-based program. So we have close to about 75,000 people already downloaded the app, and they're on the app. So this is a platform where the health and wellness practitioners can connect with the users around the world.
Oh,
okay. We'll explain those things, and maybe you could be one of those mentors.
So these are the mentors, or these are the people who are freelancers and they work for you? How does this
it's all free. Like, in a sense, you can actually charge your fee and you can get it.
So this is just a platform. You're giving a platform to people.
Yeah, it's a platform for practitioners and health seekers.
They can come and do their work.
Absolutely. And along with that, we are incentivizing, because it's a Web3 project. It's on the blockchain. So we are incentivizing people for staying healthy. Like, once you download the app, suppose you are a normal user, you download the app, you start walking, jogging, running, you gain points, and you can convert those points into digital tokens, which are tradable, which you can liquidate also.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's interesting.
Yeah. So because you know very well that, the most challenging thing for anybody in the world is to wake up and go to the gym every day.
Ask me about it.
So imagine, I'm going to tell them that, and I'm going to pay you, for every step you take towards the gym. Maybe more people will come to the gym now.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. This is a good inspiration.
Yeah. I think with the support of, trainers and coaches like you, I think we can make this world a better place.
In fact, my recent post was on this, that, for me to be able to give back and make people aware. The awareness is important.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even today, a lot of people, they are educated, they're into good jobs, high profiles, but
they're not aware. Yeah, that's right. And what we are seeing in the Limoverse community, when we have close to about 100,000 people, and they're all health seekers. They understand wellness, they understand health. They want to live long, stay young. So we can create this kind of spaces, this kind of community. And
so does it also give you a platform, or to an opportunity to speak to each other?
Yes.
Not only mentors and
no. We have a Telegram community, we have a Discord community on this.
But this is all through Limoverse.
Limoverse, yes.
On that specific app.
Yeah, and also we are also building a metaverse for health and wellness practitioners. So there you can set up your own counter in the metaverse.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So that's going to be the next project.
Because app thing, normally, because I worked with one of the apps, not my own, with somebody, and it had a lot of problems.
I
A lot
understand.
of problems.
Yeah.
So
But
that's why.
but physical training, what you people do, cannot be substituted by an app or I think that has to require that cannot be substituted. The only thing is that you can connect with people.
Yes, exactly.
you
That
know,
that
give
connectivity,
advices and
yeah.
all those kinds of
And
things.
then awareness can be, you can
Absolutely,
spread that
absolutely,
up.
yeah.
That's important. Yeah, of course, you need digital platforms to do
Absolutely,
spread
there's no
awareness.
doubt about it.
We cannot do marches these days.
Yeah, absolutely. I think we really appreciate the way you are inspiring a lot of people to take charge of their own health and
Thank
well-being.
you.
And also, I think you are going to be asked after this podcast. I was telling my friends that this will be an inspiration for
You know,
many
I
girls.
would love to actually promote this.
Thank you so much.
Because
I think we
I'll
need
tell
people
you some,
like you.
for me, be it anything,
Yeah.
like even the simplest things in life, if I don't believe in something, I can never talk about it. And
Absolutely.
whatever I talk is what I think. So if you're hearing something from my mouth, that's exactly what I'm thinking.
We can make out from
So this
whatever
is
you
something
say.
which is very, very
absolutely.
interesting.
Anyway, I think let's work together on
Oh
this.
yes,
let's
absolutely.
work together on this. yeah.
That's why I was asking you. My question must be stupid also.
absolutely.
Some of
no,
those.
no, no, absolutely. Let's
Because
work on this.
I'm not very much technologically literate, I would say, but yes, I have worked I've worked 17 years in
Now, Shikha,
corporate.
technology is always an enabler. It cannot replace people. It cannot
Yeah.
replace the kind of processes.
Yeah.
Technology can only enable and
You know,
empower.
I saw something like that in one of the television series,
Mm-hmm.
and then I thought, oh, it's just for the sake of, they just want to show something that's about it. This is all
Okay.
fake. That's why I was curious when you were talking about it that oh, it's actually happening. So that DNA
absolutely,
thing.
absolutely. Let's make a difference in the world.
Oh yes, let's
together,
do that.
yeah.
Let's do that. I'm all game.
So, thank you so much for joining this show. It has been a phenomenal,
Thank you very much. I
inspiring
got to learn something
conversation.
new, and I am going to be a part of it for sure.
Thank you so much.
Thanks for having me.
And that was Shikha Sharma, the fitness coach, the pro athlete, and the nutrition expert for you. I'm sure that you all must have inspired in so many ways, especially women out there. Definitely must be starting going to the gym or at least starting doing some exercise. And as I told you, we can incentivize you through limo words.
Definitely, yes.
So anyway, thank you for joining this podcast, and we will catch you in the next episode of Superhuman series.